Let me just get straight to the point. The biggest obstacle between people and their manifestations is that they try. Wait, shouldn't I try? No, you should not. There's no trying in manifestation. There's only being. And this is not about surrendering. This is not about living in the end. I will explain it to you in a few minutes so that you know the piece of the puzzle that you have been missing. All right? So let's start off with some examples so you understand what I'm saying. And then we'll do the exercise at the end together so that you finally get to experience what does this mean? How can I have my manifestations now? All right? Good. A guy with a Porsche does not try to manifest a Porsche. He knows he's the owner of a Porsche. Even though he might be in his living room and it is in his garage, he knows that he has it. Where does he know? He's aware of it, you would say, right? And in this manifestation industry, we always hear to have money, you have to be money. To have health, you have to be health. And most people are like, what does that mean? And I just came out of a call where a client asked me, Chris, explain what do you mean by there's no trying in manifestation? And I'll cover it with you today, right? Because manifestation is way more subtle than you think it is. You think it's about trying to have a thing. You think it's about employing this trick on reality to have it differently than I have it right now, right? But let me ask you this. What are you trying to get when you visualize or affirm? If you move past, I'm trying to do a trick that I have read in a book or seen in a YouTube video, what you're actually trying to do is imprinting on your mind that it is already so. You're actually trying to do the same thing as you are aware of already having a car, or that you are aware of your age, or that you can be aware of the number in your bank account. You're trying to be aware of a specific thing. So you keep on visualizing this thing, you keep on including it in your awareness. You keep on affirming, and robotic affirming works because it occupies your awareness with only one thing. So if you keep on saying, I'm rich, you are only aware of being rich. But the moment you stop, you fall back to your self-concept, your mind, the self-made mind that your awareness has solidified. Awareness on your behalf created a mind that you right now believe in. But let's just dive more into it so you know how to actually fix this. How can I then be aware without trying? Well, you will have to realize there is no trying in being aware of anything. If I ask you to be aware of a polar bear right now, there's no trying implied. If I ask you to be aware of something while listening to my voice, there's no trying. If I ask you, can you hold in your awareness a red car while listening to me? You actually can. It might be subtle, but you can. And you don't need to hold a visual image of it. You can just be aware of it. And so to test this out, now we are at 3 minutes, and this will be a short video. You will have to close your eyes, and you will have to notice that you are this observer in this void, in this black room of yours. With eyes closed, you're just observing. You are awareness, right? What you are aware of is what you manifest. But the problem is that most people that are trying, they're trying because they are aware of not having it. So that's actually the opposite of being. Right? So right now I want you to be aware of my voice. You can, right? Can you be aware of the number in your bank account? Can you then, in your awareness, change that number? And you can. If you ask mind to change it, mind will try to visualize it. I'm just asking you to be aware of it. Like you know your age, can you know your bank account to be different? I could describe it like this. Can you imagine yourself to be a different person then? The normal way of putting it would be, can you be aware of yourself as being different? Because that you will realize that there's actually separation between the mind that you think you are trying to manifest. So right now you believe in a mind that is limited, a mind that does not have enough money, a mind that does not have enough health, a mind that does not have enough love, and I'm aware of that mind believing in that story. So what I'm trying to do with you right now is separating those two. Say, but can you be aware of yourself differently? That is actually what we're doing with visualization and affirmation. We're trying to reach a different awareness level. But most people, they just do this robotic thing. Okay, I'm visualizing because I still don't have it, which means I'm still aware of not having it. I'm still aware of not having it, right? And you can actually be aware of it. So that's the subtle way of manifesting. It's the only way of manifesting is to change your awareness level. So when people come to me and they have tried a bunch of stuff for 10 years, read all the books, I'll say, but what are you aware of being? What's your story? What I sometimes call the law of knowing. What do you know to be true about yourself? Right? So before we end this video, I would ask you for the rest of the video of being aware of yourself as a different version. Like watching yourself as a character. Choosing who you are aware of being. So you're separating yourself from your mind. So if you right now have a mind that is stressed, say this sentence: I'm right now aware of my character that is stressed. To create this separation, right? And then you'll say, can I be aware of myself as a billionaire? Don't go to mind. Don't try to think your way through it. Use your awareness, even though it's subtle, even though you don't really know what that means. Just trust me and trust yourself. Just like you could be aware of a different bank account amount or a different car in your garage, can you be aware that you are a billionaire? Can you settle into that character right now? You might need a few visual hints. You can do it with eyes open or eyes closed, of a crazy large bank account filled with money, or you own a lot of houses, or that you fly a helicopter. What do I know? You can also apply this to health and love and everything else. So please extrapolate this to whatever you want, right? But can you be aware of it? So try for the rest of this video and be aware of what you would like to be. And you will realize that awareness does not try. I know I say, can you try to be aware of it? But there's really no trying. If I say, can you be aware of a polar bear? In the moment I say it, your awareness holds a polar bear. You don't have to try. I'm not asking you to visualize it. I'm asking you to recognize that polar bear somehow in awareness, right? So back to trying. Why is it that most people then struggle because of their trying? Because trying implies not having. There's no trying in being, only trying in getting. And we're not trying to get a thing to manifest. We're trying to hold it in our awareness. That is why it's said in religious texts that you should spend 2/3 of the night praying, right? What that actually is telling you is remove noise from your mind, remove limitation, remove your story, and spend a lot of time only being aware of who you want to be. And that is how you actually collapse worlds. That is how you manifest almost instantly. In awareness, manifestation is instant, right? You can be aware of a polar bear immediately. So I'm asking you, can you be aware of what you want? So if it's money you want, shift your awareness to money, not the lack of money. Lack of money is an illusion. It's because you are aware of not having it. Be aware of having it. Everything in physical reality is something you are aware of, but you're choosing to believe a story then. So manifestation is actually just shifting that awareness back into pure awareness, where you're just observing and then solidifying a reality based on what am I putting my attention to. So I'm actually withdrawing my awareness, so I'm aware. Now I'm noticing thoughts. Now I'm noticing what I'm thinking about. Now I'm noticing what I'm paying attention to. And now I'm choosing with my awareness. Now I'm choosing to be aware of having a lot of money. Now I'm choosing to be aware of being very healthy. Now I'm choosing to be aware of myself as this person. And then reality starts recreating on your behalf. And then there's no more trying. I'm simply being aware of it. And then my mind slowly starts to adopt my behavior. I can tell you with absolute certainty that, let's say you are in an argument because your friend or your wife or your husband left the house a mess, right? You will notice that the struggle you feel is your mind. It's your mind going, this person always does this, right? And if you stay in your mind, you'll keep on being annoyed. But if you go to awareness and you say, I will be aware of not struggling, your mind will start producing thoughts that align with that perspective. Your mind will start saying, maybe they were in a hurry, maybe we can just clean it later, maybe I don't care, right? So awareness is actually the director, because awareness is you. It's the only thing you are. If you close your eyes, you are aware of something. You are aware of everything. Nothing will happen in your life outside of your awareness. So it is the key to figuring out manifestation. Now we are at 10 minutes, and I think we should close this video off. But I just wanted to tell you, remove trying from the equation. You are telling yourself that you cannot be aware of the thing by trying. So stop trying. If you need to, stop affirming, stop visualizing. Just be aware of having it. And you can do that. There's no trying in awareness. Okay? I think that was it. Yes, big obstacle. But you can overcome it. See you in the next video. Get out of here. Bye.